Jay, just going to run you through a couple of travelling tips. Anything that I've missed out or anything you think of as well, just drop me a message and I'll be able to help you out. Top travel tip, make sure you negotiate on everything. Best way to do it is to halve the price that they're offering, or even go even lower than a quarter if you feel like you're being ripped off, and then negotiate upwards from there. Careful as well of the risks of drinking the local tap water. Whilst it can be expensive to buy bottled water, it can be worth it in the long run, especially if you end up losing a couple of days due to picking up an infection or diarrhea. The top travel tip, make sure to just say yes to absolutely everything, because like the only thing you regret is by not doing it, and you're never going to remember like running out of money, but you're always going to remember like the memories of saying yes to stuff.
Where am I? In your face, and he's like.
You know when it goes on your nose in the water? If you ever book a hostel in the cheapest part of town, just make one thing to make sure is make sure your neighbour isn't a brothel. Can you see the prostitutes? One way I definitely recommend is to get around Europe by bus. It's much cheaper than getting the train. Interrail tickets can cost 250 quid, whereas intercity passes on buses can cost anything between like 10 to 15 pounds. Plus you get incredible views such as this. Okay, so yeah, one of the other things I definitely recommend you make sure you've got before you go travelling is a decent camera. Invest in a piece of equipment worth maybe about 150 to 200 pounds. And I really recommend like a Canon or a Sony. I bought a Canon about 5 years ago and it's still going strong. It takes incredible photos. If you're traveling to a country that you've never been to before, one of the best things to do is to actually just check with your hostel how much prices things should be. So for example, if you're about to arrive in the city and you don't know how much to get from the airport to the hotel or hostel, give them a call and just ask how much you should pay for the cab fare. Similarly, when you get on a night out or you're going for food, etc., always ask the people behind in the hostel how much things should be. That way you don't get overcharged. So yeah, one other key tip I've got for you is make sure you bring your student card wherever you're going, especially if you're traveling through Europe. Hey guys, okay, so yeah, another key traveling tip I definitely recommend to do is to bring a notepad with you when you go to a country that doesn't speak your own language. Vast majority of the time you'll find that a lot of people don't actually understand English when you speak it to them, but the vast majority of people can actually read it. This actually happened to me in Bangkok, where I experienced a number of taxi drivers couldn't actually understand what I was saying, understand where I'm trying to get to go. But as soon as I'd written it down, I was able to get to my destination absolutely fine. So yeah, definitely bring a notepad guys, it's one thing I definitely recommend. Okay, and almost in the same vein as the previous point, one other thing I definitely recommend to do is when you get to a hostel is to get their business card. That way, if you go out and you forget like the name of your hostel, where it is, all you got to do then is just jump in a cab, show them the business card, and boom, off you go. One other thing I highly recommend is to make sure you just bring some tissue paper with you, so you don't get caught short like this. Awkward. Fucking disgusting. Yeah, one of the downsides to travelling, food poisoning. If, like me now, you manage to pick up food poisoning whilst you travel, the best thing to do is just to make sure you get loads of water and loads of bread, like starchy kind of foods like pastas. No dairy, definitely no dairy, and definitely don't take Imodium. Imodium will only block you up, and whilst it can be useful in some situations where you're in the jungle and you can't get to the toilet, in most situations it's just going to delay the process of getting better. The best thing to do is just grab some water, stay out of the sun, and just ride out in your dorm room. Hopefully some people will feel sorry for you and help you out. One other key tip I've got is basically to do your research before you get to a country. And I don't just mean like researching what there is to do, what there is to see, and what there is to eat, but also the history behind the country, the politics behind it, the economics behind it, because you'll actually appreciate the country that you're visiting so much more once you actually understand, if you actually understand something about it. Top traveller tip. Careful of the upsell, otherwise you end up in places like this. Do you like the gems? I'm gonna buy one. Thank you for watching my travelling tips and hints video. If you want any more tips, just comment below or check out my main site. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.